car seats, but ain't never finna buy shit. Sorry, take me cause I'm the it girl. I ain't never asked to be the shit girl. Don't call me sis cause I'm not your sister. You really need to come and get your mister. Seeing all my ops linked up in a picture.
Hey my Zoe babies, it's your girl Zoe. If you don't know who I am, well now you do, and welcome to the family. So you have read the title. Guys, I'm gonna put y'all on how to shoot your shot to get the girl you want. Okay, now I am talking about ladies of high value, okay? So if you're looking for a situationship, if you're looking for, someone to just screw on, if you're looking for just a girlfriend, if you're not looking for a wife, this is not the video for you. So we'll give y'all, a few minutes to exit. Thanks for the video. Okay. So, I base a lot of my points because I look up to God as, a way of love. You're wanting a lady who knows how to carry herself, a lady that you can take to your mama's house, and you shouldn't be taking every girl you meet to your mama house. Okay? This is not someone, you just want to impregnate. This is not for toxic culture. Okay? This is for a lady that you think is meant to be your wife. Okay? Not waste your time, not waste her time, but to be your wife. Okay? So number one, you hit her up in the DMs. We're going to start with social media. You hit her up in her DMs. You see a picture of her. You put some hard eyes up under her story. She sees it. She likes it. She might say thank you. Okay, even if she doesn't say thank you, but she likes it, say, another compliment if she doesn't say anything back, but she just likes your comment. Okay, say, how was your day? That's way better than after you say something to her in her story or in her DMs, and the next thing you ask is, where are you from? That's a big no. Okay? Unless she's really into you by your looks off the dome, that's a big no. Don't ask a lady whenever you compliment her and are trying to get to know her and further wanting a date with her. Don't ask her where she's from too early, because that's too much information at an early time. Okay, especially for women nowadays, it's already dangerous with us dating. So in our information and we don't know much about you is a big risk. Just us giving us your number, which I'm gonna get to in a minute, is a big risk. But telling us where you're from or telling us where we're from, you can narrow down where we're at. So instead of asking where you're from too early, ask her how she's doing. Ask her how her day is going, because guess what? She might tell you, because a lot of men, or correction, mature men only ask that question, okay? A man that really doesn't care what you're doing, this is going for the ladies, a man that really doesn't care what you're doing is going to go off the dome, what you doing? He ain't cared about, how you're doing today, what you ate, what you do for a living. In the beginning, your question shouldn't be, what are you doing? Your question should be trying to get to know her. And you can find that out without, asking where you're from. If she goes to school, you see that she's going to school. Matter of fact, before you hit her up in her DMs, if you're really interested in her, you should be studying what she's putting on her story. Because a lot of things that girls put on their story are hints, or things that they agree with, or things that they think they can relate to. Okay? That's a hit for you guys, okay? That's a hint for you guys. So pay attention to her story. See what you find most in common about her. See what she likes. See what she reposts. See where her head is at. Because her story is going to say a lot about her. Just like her Twitter is going to say a lot about her. Her Instagram might show the aesthetic she likes, but her Snapchat story is going to show, I use my Snapchat story for pictures and stuff, and sometimes to show what I'm doing in my day-to-day routine, but her Snapchat story might be, a vlog type of thing, or just to post pictures and get off in memories. So take that with each girl as you may. But her story is going to say a lot about her. Her Twitter and her retweets are going to say a lot about her too. And also check her likes. Okay, I'm trying to put you guys on because I feel like there's somebody for everybody. But back to the subject. Okay, this is the time when you are first getting to know a lady. Figure out, what things she likes, what things she don't like, what are her boundaries. And if you're a man that you can't respect her boundaries, why are you in the dating pool anyway? First of all, before you try to hit anybody up in the DMs trying to be a partner of theirs, you need to have your priorities straight. Let me make that very clear, because a woman's going to know off the dome who she's dealing with off of looking at your story and your information as well. I can easily go to somebody else's social media and figure out if I really want to talk to them after they have complimented me. I'm going to be respectful and say thank you, after they compliment me, but I'm going to look at what you post. I'm going to look at, how you represent yourself, and if you match up with the characteristics I'm looking for, as vice versa. You feel me? So you need to be doing the same thing with the girl you're trying to talk to. Figure out if she has anything in common with you. And here's another thing to think about, okay? Because there are plenty of different girls out there, and that doesn't make them a good girl. It doesn't make them a bad girl. It just depends on what you're willing to work with. Just like there's no Prince Charming, there is no Cinderella, okay? You figure out what you want to deal with in a relationship, and that means that you should be dating with potential. That means you should be dating a person that you're willing to, okay, you can look at them right in their eye and be like, okay, if I was willing to marry you right now, could I do that with the characteristics that you have at this moment, okay? Y'all need to be thinking about marriage when you're thinking about a relationship. You need to be thinking about marriage when you think about a relationship. Otherwise, you're wasting your time because it's temporary, and life is too short to have temporary things going on through your mind and going through them that are going to end up being long-term anyway. You feel me? So, where was I going with this? Okay, type of girls. You need to figure out if you're okay with a girl that's twerking online. There's nothing wrong with twerking. It's actually over-sexualized, and that was not the original purpose for it. It's a great exercise, and it's over-sexualized in the Western part of the world, but it's really more appreciated in African culture. So, we look at it different, or a lot of other people look at it different. I have no issue with twerking. But you need to figure out if she's twerking all the time, if that's something you want to, be able to deal with. Because, of course, she's going to get attention from doing that. But you have to be, as a man, okay, am I secure enough? Am I confident enough to deal with that on an everyday basis? Honestly, when it comes to a woman that's attractive or has a nice figure, you as a man should be proud of what you got. That's what I feel. I mean, that's better than being insecure. And honestly, you being insecure is going to be a burden on your partner. And that's for both genders, honestly. So, you need to figure out, okay, if you have a reserved girl and you're out there, is she going to be okay with that? Is that going to mix? Okay, sometimes opposites do attract. But with relationships comes communication. That's really the main thing, okay? Communication is key. That is a true statement. So figure out what type of girl she is. Is she a party girl? Is she a reserved girl? Is she a church girl? Is she a hood girl? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But figure out what kind of girl she is so you know how to maneuver and ask what questions you need to ask next, okay? Because you are looking for a wife, not, something else. So cool. You figure out what type of girl you're working with. You ask her likes and dislikes. You find out, her boundaries, and you're preparing to respect them as a man, right? We're not in our head. Yes. Cool. So now you need to figure out what her religion is. And I know you're thinking like, what? Yes. Okay. Like I said in the beginning, a lot of my points are surrounded by Christian, ideals, because I am a Christian, okay? And God is the center of love. He is love. You can't have love to somebody else if you don't have a true passion for the Lord. You can't even have true love to give to someone else if you don't have a relationship with the Lord. It's a reason why you have to find that out on your own journey, but I can speak from experience. So, okay, you need to find out what her religion is, because y'all are always going to differ. Either y'all are going to always differ in your beliefs and your morals and how you were raised based off religion, or whenever you have children, how are you going to raise them in that light? Okay, because in the Bible it says, seek your child in the way they should go. So if you teach them that way, they have no choice but to do what? Go in that way. And if you're a person that the girl you're talking to is a Christian and say you're Muslim, then of course there's going to be some differences there. It's a big dynamic. Yes, y'all both believe in God, but one believes that Jesus was just a prophet and he wasn't the son of God, and the other one does believe that. You feel me? They believe it was a trinity. So these are things that you have to take into account too, because it's also different. How do I say this? Just like, Christians go to church and some Christians don't go to church, and some Catholics, and Methodists and all that, it's many different ways to live your Christian life. I'm sure it's many different ways to live a Muslim life too. If it's not, then, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's still going to be a difference, and it's going to reflect in your relationship. Okay. And in the Bible, it says, whatever your husband believes, as a wife, you're supposed to be submissive. And he is the head of the household. So in my mind, for the ladies, you need to be thinking, okay, if your husband's Muslim, are you willing to be Muslim? Are you willing to follow those rules and morals and what they believe in? And same for any other religion. These are things you need to take into account, because religion does play a big part, whether you believe in anything or you don't believe in anything. So we got religion down packed. We got getting to know the girl. You need to figure out what kind of food she likes, okay? You need to figure out what she's allergic to. Because, of course, if you're trying to get her to go out on a date with you, then you need to figure out what she's allergic to so it doesn't turn into a disaster. It's going to be really embarrassing if all she knows is about you, which, that happens a lot. A lot of guys get carried away and telling everybody what I do and what I like, and you find out you don't know nothing about the girl that you're talking to. If you're a guy that really wants to know the girl that you're trying to DM, then these are things you need to take into account. Find out what she's allergic to. If she eats something that she didn't know had the allergic food in there, okay? So, find out what she's allergic to. Find out what food she doesn't like. Find out, simple things about her. Get to know her. Get to know her, because once you try to get to know her, it makes her more comfortable to be open with you. And that's what you want. You want a lady to be open up with you. And don't take that to, take advantage of her, but appreciate it, because that's her way of showing that she likes you. So if you get to that point to where you find out what she likes, you find out what religion, she believes in, and it matches with what you believe in, y'all have a couple of things in common, you need to be finding out, like, where does she plan to, what are her dreams and goals in the next 5 to 10 years? These are valuable things to ask, because you might have everything in common, but say you like where you're staying, you like to stay put, and she's getting ready to move, like, to New York or to California or somewhere that's far away. Are you willing to do far distance? Even her simple career that she's trying to do, are you going to be willing to work with that? Is this something that, you feel is going to be long term because of that? These are things you need to be questioning, okay? You need to be finding out if she likes to drink, if she likes to smoke, if she doesn't like to drink, if she doesn't like to smoke, if she does expect children, if she doesn't want children. These are things that need to take account in getting to know her in the beginning. What you doing, where you from, shouldn't come out until you find out these things, to figure out if that's someone you really want to deal with, okay? And also, how I'm finna put this, I know there's this big debate on, women that like their love language of being, spoiled with, cars and money and stuff like that. And then there's ladies that like words of affirmation. There's ladies that like, you showing them that you love them by things you do around the house. Like, this is stuff None of it's the wrong way. Okay? If a lady wants to be spoiled like that, she has every right to be spoiled. She has every right to expect that. That's her love language. That's how she feels loved, okay? And it's not your job. It's not your job to get mad at her for that. That's simply how, she likes affection. Not to say that she likes you for material things, but I'm sure that would yearn her to, love you more. Okay? And same with all the other languages of love. Go look at that. It's the 5 languages of love, okay? If you know you're not the person that is a spoiler person, that is a person that loves to spoil their partner in that way, then that's probably not the girl for you. And that is totally okay. If you know that a lady that is physical touch, that's too clingy for you, that's not the person for you. And that is okay. You need to figure out what works for you. Okay? Because just like your partner has, standards and expectations, I'm sure you got that, and both people should be happy. You should be happy before you meet your other person, because really your other person's happiness should just be a bonus of yours. But it should be, what am I willing to work with? That is the main goal. What are you willing to work with and put God in the middle of, so he can help y'all in y'all's relationship? That's really what it is, okay? Now, after figuring out what she likes, what she dislikes, what's her religion, what's her future goals in life, what she does for a living, what she does on a daily basis, and figuring out, what she reposts, what she retweets, what she likes, what she, does in general. If you're really paying attention to her, which you should be doing your research, you need to sit back and think, okay, do I have myself together? Does my profile show that I am the type of quality of a guy that she would talk to? Because once you get denied, you have to think, okay, why did I get denied? Off the rip, for social media, your profile is what represents you. Before you get to know a person by, one-on-one conversation, your profile is what represents you. Your profile is your brand. Okay? So if you smoking weed, you drinking alcohol, you party every day, that's what she sees. Okay? And no one's saying to change you, baby, because you gotta want to change yourself. But if you know that the caliber of a woman you're talking to is not going to settle for that, or at least you think you can try to make her settle for it, if she doesn't settle for it, what did you expect? Now, it's different whenever you see a lady that's, posting about how she like hood guys or whatever. That's her preference, and let her learn that way. Okay? Because we all have a path that we got to take. But figure out the type of caliber of woman you're talking to. And when you're getting denied, that's okay. That's okay. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Okay? So after a while, if my tips aren't helping you, then you have to look at yourself and be like, okay, what is it about my profile? This is for social media. What about my profile is not making me a high quality woman, a high quality man for the high quality women that I'm trying to attract? Okay? Are you putting yourself in areas where high quality women would be? Are you dressing nice? Do you smell good? Are your friends representing you as well? And I'm sure looking at social media, people that hang around each other normally are alike. So your friends will say a lot about you as well. Okay? Things you retweet, things you repost says a lot about you. What you flaunt says a lot about you. Okay? Just because you're a guy with a lot of money doesn't mean that you're going to attract a high caliber woman, because a high caliber woman would know her worth. She would know that money isn't everything, and you can't bribe her with that. You can bribe someone that is desperate for it and that just wants you for money, but is that really the girl you want? No. Okay? So you need to understand your worth. You need to heal, which that's going to be a whole nother video about trauma and healing and how you need to do, work on yourself before you look into another relationship. But you need to think about the woman you're trying to attract and seeing if you align with her path. What do you represent? Do you keep up with your, with your appearance? Because the things that you look for in a woman, you should be able to reciprocate. You want a woman that's honest, loyal, faithful, respectful, family oriented, then you need to be all of those things. You need a woman that's dependable. You need to be dependable. You want a woman that's supportive. You need to be supportive. You need to match everything you're requiring. Because how can you expect that out of somebody and you can't even do it yourself? There is a thing called integrity. Practice what you preach. The Lord sees that you're trying to attract the girl that you're trying to talk to. He's going to look at what you're doing now. Are you putting in inner work? Are you talking to the Lord about this girl you're talking to? Because maybe this girl that you're talking to, she is everything that you're looking for, but she's still not the person for you. There are some things down the line that, everyone believes that is the right person, wrong timing, but simply the person was just not for you. They probably were in your eyes, but God saw something different. So when you get denied, whenever, you shoot your shot and you miss, take that and move on. Rejection is God's protection, okay? So I can give you all the points in the world. This girl might be everything you're looking for. After you've done all your research about her and you've gotten to know her yourself, and she finally lets you know where she's from, and, she lets you know what she's doing on her everyday basis, she might reject you. That's okay. She's not the one for you. There is someone for you, but you got to do the inner work for God to even send that person to you. Because why would he send that person to you and you're not prepared? So to fast forward, okay? Say this is the girl for you and she does open up and she does let you know what she's doing. She does let you know where she's from. This is stuff that you ask before you get her number. Because by that time, she'll be open enough to give you her number if she really feels that, you're a possible person that she could see herself with. So she gives you her number. A very smart thing to do, call her in the morning and tell her good morning. Call her in the morning and tell her good morning. It's one thing for guys to send good morning text, but call her, because that's very mature. That's very handsome. That's very gentlemanlike. And we love a gentleman, okay? Call her and tell her good morning. That's going to be the highlight of her day. She's going to tell everybody. Well, not everybody, but like her closest friends. She's going to be like, girl, he called me this morning. I was the first thing. In her head, it's going to be the first thing that you thought about, okay? Call her. And in the middle of the day, send her sweet little messages. Women love compliments. Women love compliments, okay? And of course, people, the girl that you're talking to might be very beautiful, she might be very attractive, but it's something about a guy that, we like, or we're trying to get to know, and we like them back, and they compliment us, we like hearing it from them. So don't think that just because she's pretty or she's attractive that she doesn't like being complimented by you. And actually, you not doing that is going to open up room for other people to do that and slowly might steer her away. Okay? Vice versa, ladies. Compliment your man. Men like compliments too. You finally go on the date. The date is the moment that you figure out if you could see yourself with her in the physical realm. I'm not talking about, sexually. I'm talking about, okay, y'all been talking on the phone. Y'all been getting to know each other. Dating is the time to figure out what y'all have as far as chemistry, okay? Because she might like picnics. She might like going to the reservoir and fishing. She might like hunting. She might like shopping. You need to figure out these things. These were things that you needed to figure out anyway. But that's also a time for you to figure out what y'all have in common and build a bond. Okay? Because while you're trying to get a relationship with this girl, you should also want to build a friendship. There is nothing more beautiful than a friendship and a relationship in one. Because why should you have, you know, a person that you love so much that you can't have a friendship with them, or you can't tell them anything? You feel me? That's weird. But in the end, even if y'all don't work out, y'all have a friendship to look back on. It's a real thing. That's a real thing. You can be friends with your with your partner. So try to build a friendship with your partner. It can be a time where it's just totally platonic, because you shouldn't be rushing into anything sexual in the beginning anyway. As a man, you should want to take your time because you don't want to mess it up. Okay? You can easily mess it up. So don't mess it up in the beginning trying to be sexual. We understand that we're sexual beings, cool, but as a man, she's going to be more attracted that you're holding out instead of trying to rush and do that. So you take her out on dates. You get creative with the dates, you take her out to dinner. Then you take her to the coffee shop. Then you take her to the reservoir. You take her to the picnic. You take her to the movies, and these are the times that you figure out, okay, because you don't want to waste her time. It should be like 3 or 4, dates, that she sets out for you before you like, okay, you should be asking the question, what is this about to be? I know women are going to ask it. If y'all don't, then that's cool. Y'all can live in the realm of illusion and assuming, but you need to ask, what is this finna be? Just to save you and her time. Because how long are you trying to hold out before you want to date somebody? You should be also asking your friends, have they talked to her, yada, 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 because, you don't want her to be awkward. But get to know her as well. Get to know her as well and figure out if that's someone you really want to talk to. Because women also pay attention to timing too. We're not finna wait too long, just like you're not finna wait too long. We're not finna wait too long to move on. She's not finna wait too long to move on. You're not finna wait too long to move on. So stop wasting her time. Either you want to be with her or you don't. After the few times y'all get to know each other, either you want to be with her or you don't. So ask her if you want to be, if she wants to be your girlfriend, okay? Because we talking to the men that are mature and want a wife, okay? Ask her if she, will want to be your girlfriend, because these days you're assuming, and that's just going to lead to toxic already. That's leading to untrustworthiness already, if that's even a word. But that's already starting off on a bad foot. So make that clear with her so y'all both have an understanding of where y'all at. Okay, because we don't want situationships, we don't want sneaky links, and we don't want confusion. That's gonna mess up y'all's communication and trust before anything else. I hope this helped y'all. I was really coming off the dome with this and guidance from the Lord, because I wanted this to be authentic as possible. Okay, if y'all want more relationship advice or a part 2 to this, because there's so much to talk about in the relationship realm, like it's so broad. And there's so much to cover. But I feel like I can help y'all and put y'all on. And if you use my points and it works for you, let me know, okay? I thought about being a relationship therapist at one point in my life. You feel me? People actually come to me for this type of advice. And it helps some people. So let me know if it works for you. I love my Zoe baby so much. I hope this video helped you. And if you have some other ideas of, a way for the guys to shoot they shot, ladies, men, whatever has worked for y'all, put it down in the comments below. Or even if you want me to talk about it in my next video, let me know. I love my Zoe baby so much. I hope y'all are having a wonderful night, and peace out.